the Olympics sheet in your Review and Learn book. We're going to do some basic formatting things here. First, let's select, I'll zoom in a little bit, D2 through D7. We're going to put our cursor in this outer edge here, click, and just drag up. We're going to select row 1, go up here to Insert, go ahead and type Winter Olympic Data. Remember, we're going to change the font for the whole sheet, so click here between A and 1, go up and choose a font type, it's your choice, Kendara. Go ahead and select A1 through D1, merge and center, bold, make it a little bit bigger. And let's go ahead and choose like the Olympic, one of the Olympic green colors to change our font color to. So I'm going to change my font color to this, to red. Then we're going to select year, number of countries, location, and number of athletes. Let's go ahead and center those. Let's wrap our text. Put it in the middle, up and down, or vertically aligned. And I'm going to fill that red. And then I'm going to change my font color to white so I can see it. Are those bolded? They're not bolded either, so let's go ahead and bold those. All right, now we just need to clean this up a little bit. So we're going to double click between C and D so that we can see the whole location names. And then we're going to add a little bit more information here. So under 2010, we're going to type 2014. Remember, you just use tab to move about your sheet. And you don't have to type the commas. Let's go ahead and select our number of athletes here. Choose comma style, and then decrease, decrease. All right, under 2022, we're going to add averages. Because if we add these, it's not really very helpful. So we want to know what is the average number of countries that have participated in the last several years and the average number of athletes. So there's this button over here that says auto sum. We don't want to add, we want to average. So we're going to choose the down arrow and click this button average. Now when you already have a row or columns of numbers, so we have a column of numbers here, basically what the computer is going to say to you is, hey, do you want to average B3 through B10? So in Excel, when you start something with an equal sign, that means the computer is going to do something for you, typically math or some sort of sorting, something. So this is a calculation it's going to do for you. Then it's saying, hey, this is your range. B3 through, which is the colon, B10. They can't use a dash because in Excel, B3 dash B10 would look like B3 minus B10. So to say yes to that, we're just going to press enter. And then do the same thing here. Average. Do you want to average D3 through D10? The way to say yes to that is by pressing enter. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to add a red border or whatever color you chose. Oh, wait, we can't do red. I'm going to do blue. So select A1 through D11. So we're just going to jazz up our borders a little bit more. So typically when we want to do a border, we're going to go here to our border button, but we want to do a colored border like we did in energy drinks. So we're going to go down here to more borders. Remember, you kind of do it in this order. So you change your border first, change your line color here, and then you go over here and apply it. So I'm going to choose my outline to be thick and then my inside to be a little bit thinner and click OK. Perfect. Now we're going to chart the the location and the number of athletes. So kind of like what we did yesterday in class, our information is right next to one another. So we're gonna put our cursor in the middle of C2, go over to D2, and down to D10. So we don't want to include the averages. That's going to throw off our data. So we're just going to select the location through the number of athletes. And we're going to go up here and go to Insert. Just like we did in class, we're going to choose this button, this column chart option, not recommended. Sorry, recommended charts is not what I recommend. So choose that and then just choose that 2D column. And we're just going to put it right below where it says Winter Olympic data. And you can stretch your chart out a little bit if you want to so you can see. What I would recommend is going down here, clicking where you see your location, going to your home ribbon, maybe making your font just a little bit smaller so it can go left and right. Maybe if we bold it. There, now we can see it pretty easily. But we need to say, hey, this is our Olympic location, and then we need to say that this was the number of participants here. So we're gonna change our chart title first, then we're gonna add axis title. So click up here where it says number of athletes, and then triple click. Or just select it and hit delete. And we're gonna put athletes participating in the Winter Olympics. All right. So make sure your chart is selected, and when you have your chart selected, you see chart design. So if I don't have my chart selected, it goes away. When I click on my chart, it says chart design. And I'm going to go to add chart element, axis titles, primary horizontal. It should jut your chart. If it doesn't, like let's say that it didn't move my chart, so my axis title is like over the locations, all you do is kind of treat your chart like a picture. Just kind of click on the in between the lines and then just kind of resize it there. Okay, so down here where it says axis title, triple click and type Olympic location. And then we need to add something over here. So we're going to go to add chart element, axis titles, primary vertical. So see over here, see how I didn't jump my numbers in there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my chart here and I just treat it just like an image, just kind of move it in a little bit. Then I'm going to triple click where it says axis title and type number of athletes participating. All right. If you wanted to, last thing we're going to add with this chart, add chart element, is data labels. Go up here to data labels and choose in outside end. All right. And then if you wanted to change these colors, if you just click this one time, well, let's do this. Let's go up here first and just choose one of the designs that you like. It's your choice. Oh, some of these might, yeah, so it just redid all of the stuff that we did. Okay, don't do that. Act like I didn't say that. Do Command Z until it goes back to normal. We'll change it for the next one. All right, so let's say we wanted to change these to red to go along with our data. To do that, if there's red in the change colors, you can do it there, or you could go to your home ribbon, fill, and change it there too. All right. Now we're going to do one other chart. Now this chart is going to be a little difficult because if I select the year and the number of countries, Excel doesn't read these years as years. They read them as two sets of information. So it's going to give me two columns. So first off, I'm going to select where it says number of countries, and I'm just going to chart that. So I'm going to go to Insert, Chart, and just like yesterday, we're going to go ahead and choose this 2D bar chart. And place it below. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so it just makes it a little bit easier. Oopsies. Or I'm going to continue to zoom in. Okay. Well, not that much. Okay, so like I said before, we can go up here and just choose one that you like. Okay, I'm going to choose that one. Now, we can't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not giving us any information. So what we need to do is now we need to go over here and tell Excel, hey, we're going to help you find these numbers. Okay. Sometimes when you select information like down here, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like I did over here. This is how you fix that problem. So if it's at the end of the chart and you realize that you don't have the names down here or something like that, this is how you fix it. You don't have to delete and start over. You can, but you don't have to. All right, so you're going to click on your chart and you're going to go up here to the word select data. Okay, so this is my chart range. That is right. But what I want is I want to select, I need to say where my my names are here. Oh, sorry. I need to say where my horizontal axis labels are. So this doesn't make any sense because it's a bar chart. So it's almost like it's a column chart that's been like flipped on its side. So they are going to consider this your horizontal axis labels. I know it doesn't make any sense here. So because it's basically what would be on the bottom part. All right. So again, one thing you could do if you don't have years, you could adjust your data range up here. But this is where we're going to change the label. So we're going to click on this button and that minimizes it. Go up here and click and select A3 through A10. That's where your values are. And then it's going to say equals Olympics A3 through A10. Go ahead and click on that and then click OK. And now you see your years there. Ta-da! All right. We're going to jazz this up a little bit by putting the Olympic rings in the background. So go ahead and minimize your screen and go to Google and search for Olympic rings. I just always do Olympic rings images. Remember yesterday we learned that we can copy and paste. So I'm just going to click on a normal one here. And I'm going to do Control click, copy image. I'm going to hop back into Excel. Remember, if you don't see this over here, go to Format and click on Format pane. All right, I'm going to click in between these lines here. So my lines aren't selected, the space in between the lines, so this whole background is selected. And I'm going to say, hey, fill it with what? A picture. Where's this picture? Because I pasted it, it's in my clipboard. Ta-da! Last thing we're going to do is adding data labels to the inside end. So I don't want them out here. It's going to be hard to read with the background. So I want it to be like in my chart. So I'm going to go to Chart Design, Add Chart Element, Data Labels, in outside end. Oh, I lied. Data labels. Not that I lied. I just did it. Inside end. I was right the first time. Inside end. And they're black, so it's really hard to see on my blue text. So again, you just click one. And it changes over here too. It says Format Data Labels. How do you want to fill those? I could change that, but my text options right here. I could just change my font to white. Or I could go to my home ribbon and change it that way too. All right. You are done with the Olympic data sheet. So go ahead and save this and X out and submit it. and then you may start the next project.